In the Nightmare on Elm Street timeline, there is only one person who has bested Freddy Krueger more than once. One person who found the tenacity to stand up to her dreamstalker in 2 separate films and survived both encounters. One woman who transformed from a daydreaming loner to a badass mother. In this episode, Splatter Talk Cinema will be covering the Dream Master herself, Lisa Wilcox, aka Alice Johnson, as we celebrate the final girl.
This is Lisa Wilcox, aka Alice Johnson, the Dream Master from A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, and also from the Dream Child, Nightmare on Elm Street 5. Hello. So, you're watching Splatter Talk Cinemas celebrating the final girl with Sin, Rick, and Jay. Fucking A. Would you lead me to my doom, yeah?
We are introduced to Alice Johnson in A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. In this movie, the survivors of A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, find themselves in the real world and not in Weston Hill Psychiatric Facility. During the events of the first act, Kristen conjures up Freddy's spirit from the grave while intentionally pulling her friends into her dreams. After 2 of the 3 Dream Warriors die by the hands of Krueger, Kristen introduces her Dreamstalker to another batch of teens, Dan, Rick, and Alice, portrayed by the lovely and talented Lisa Wilcox. After Alice witnessed Kristen's death, it is up to her to find the courage to face Freddy and save her brother and friends, which she is unable to do. Systematically, Krueger kills each one, leaving Alice and her love interest Dan to battle him. Unbeknownst to Freddy, every time a teen is killed, Alice retains their dream power. After a horrific truck accident, Dan is taken to the hospital while Alice returns to her house to prepare for the final battle with Freddy. After saving Dan from Krueger's clutches, the pair are led on a wild ride ending in a dilapidated church with Dan leaving Alice to fight. The showdown begins with Alice displaying her newfound martial arts skills, which she inherited from her brother Rick's death. As she unleashes her newfound power, Freddy continues to laugh, taunting Alice with every blow. It wasn't until Alice received help from the jump rope girls that she was able to best Freddy for the first time. In A Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child, Alice and Dan are a couple now, preparing for high school graduation and a trip to Paris.
They're coach seats, but this plane stops in Paris. It's gonna be a great summer.
Everything in Alice's world is going well. She got the guy she wanted, and her father is no longer a drunkard. After leaving her friends to go to work, Alice finds herself in an eerie dreamscape, ending in the Weston Hill Psychiatric Facility, witnessing Amanda Krueger's labor of a demonic child, Freddy. Freddy is resurrected in the same church where he was defeated prior. After giving a clue by Amanda, Alice wakes up being told she is late for work and goes to call Dan. While Alice is at work, Dan and their friends Greta, Mark, and Yvonne celebrate graduation at a pool party. Dan receives Alice's call and rushes to be by her side. While driving, Dan falls asleep at the wheel and becomes Freddy's first victim. After Dan's death, Alice finds out that she is pregnant with Dan's child. During the movie, Alice tries to prepare her remaining friends for what's to come, not realizing she's endangering them as Kristen endangered her in the previous film. Not only that, but her unborn child has inherited Alice's power to pull others into her dreams. One by one, her friends are visited by the dream demon and are killed. It's up to Alice, Yvonne, and Alice's dream representation of her child, a boy named Jacob, to find and stop Freddy. During the climax of this film, Alice goes to sleep and is instantly in the Weston Hills Psychiatric Facility, while Yvonne goes to the abandoned Weston Hills in real time to find where Amanda's remains were hidden. Yvonne frees Amanda while Alice and Jacob battle Freddy to the death. Out of nowhere, Amanda appears and instructs Jacob on how to save his mother from the clutches of Krueger. In a last-ditch effort, Jacob tricks Freddy into letting his guard down so he could unleash the power Freddy had given him still in the womb.
Let's go! I want to learn stuff from you.
This turns Freddy back into the demon dream child Amanda gave birth to, and he's transported back into Amanda's womb while Jacob disappears into Alice's. The movie ends with Alice, her father, a newborn Jacob, and Yvonne enjoying a picnic at the park while the children, dressed in white, jump rope humming 1-2 Freddy's Coming For You. Alice's fate is left ambiguous. In the next installment, New Line Cinema chose to take the franchise in a different direction, leaving Alice, Jacob, and Yvonne's fate unknown. To this day, Alice is alive, has raised Jacob, and probably has grandchildren. Unfortunately, Fred Heads will never find out that fate. Alice Johnson embodied a power only Lisa Wilcox could have brought to her. From the first time we're introduced to her character, we're given the impression that Alice would be in over her head. By the time we leave Alice, she's lost a lot, but she's managed to defeat her nemesis twice. Lisa's extremely pleasant disposition shines bright through Alice. Her acting chops made all audience who witnessed her beat Freddy clamoring for more. Lisa Wilcox will forever be the final girl who escaped the clutches of Freddy Krueger twice without losing her life. I don't know about you, but that's what a final girl is all about. Hashtag Alice lives. If you like what you saw, please consider giving this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more. Splatter Talk Cinema would like to give a special shout out to Lisa Wilcox for introducing this episode of Celebrating the Final Girl. This has been your boy Jay, Splatter Talk Cinema. It's a wrap.